Welcome back, everyone, to another Up to the Time presentation. Today, we are going to be reviewing the end of term examination for building joint. I gave my students an exam. Let's exit. See the exam here. The building joint end of term exam that I gave my students. I was able to get this information from a past CXC paper. I wouldn't bother to read through the instructions at this moment. I'm just going to get straight into the drawing instructions. So this is section 1, working drawing. So do not spend more than 2 hours on this section. Answer one question. So you answer one question from this section. As a matter of fact, there's only one question that's worth 90 marks. So you have to answer this question first, and then you go on to the second question, which there are 2 questions and you have a choice. But this particular section, there's no choice. So you have to answer this one. So let's read and proceed. Figure 1 on the enclosed sheet shows an outline of the roof plan and front elevation for a single-story house. Draw to a scale of 1 to 50, using appropriate building conventions, the roof plan cut away to show half of the roof framing members. The drawing is to include continuous line separating roof covering from roof framing members, roof rafters show only half, one gutter on any side, roof metal sheeting show only half, overhang, eave, ring beam. Label the drawing and give the size of each roof member. Show 2 overall roof dimensions. Show the distance between the rafters. Print a suitable title and the scale used at the base of each joint. Now they have here, note, show thickness of members. Standard drawing practices and conventions for producing working joints are to be followed. And here are the specifications. The roof members are as followed. Wood rafter size 50 by 100, spaced at 600 millimeters. Ring beam size 200 multiplied by 300 is a 200 by 300. The gutter width is 100 mil. The roof covering material is metal sheets, and the fascia is 50 by 100. So this is all the information in the roof area that I'm drawing is fairly simple, is extremely simple. It is a square, and it is roughly 9,300. Yeah, so that is okay. Ready? Let's go. And as usual, I'm going to be working with a timer, so I'm going to start my time now. So alpha line, and then I just go 9300, 9300, 9300. Set 300 all around. Just move this slightly. Fill it. So not to get myself confused, I'm going to place these lines into the hidden layer. Those on the inside, and that's the roof on the outside. And I'll put this into a roof outline one time. So I have identified the line of the exterior building wall, which is here, and I have also identified the eave line. Now, I have this. I'm going to divide this line into 3 segments. Yeah. You know why? Because we need to pull that to there, then that to there, and then that to there. Oh, that's that. That's that. Let me see. Does this work properly? Um, it's going to have to work, to be dead honest with you. I'm not adjusting it. Let's go to 300, 200 now for the beam. 200, 200. This is the beam thickness. Okay, so I see my problem here. It's going to work out good. You don't even try to trust yourself. Now, this exercise asks of me to split the roof framing into half, meaning only use half of this joint, like this half here, to represent the exposed rafters, whereas this other half here, you need to show, whereas this half here, which I'm going to put in green, this doesn't work properly. This half here, I'm going to show the metal roof sheeting, and on this half, I'm going to be showing the exposed rafters. So that's the strategy. So the first thing is, let me just put in a solid fill in here. Close it. And put a solid fill in here also. Close it. Let's deal with this one. I'm going to be using pattern user. You can always depend upon that. And put that up to 200. 200. I'm going to change the angle to 90. Yeah. What I'm going to do is match this exact pattern. And all I'm going to do is just change the angle to 0. So that there is my roof. The metal sheeting that's in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create the gutter. Offset 100, 110. No, before I create the gutter, I'm going to create the fascia offset 50. 50 all around. Fill it. Join them. Now I'm going to offset 100 for the gutter. Now that we have placed the fillet, the fascia boarding. That's my gutter. Now, what I'm going to do is start inserting the exposed rafters at this time. Now, these exposed rafters are 100 or 50 by 100 at a spacing of 600 mil. So I'm going to offset 600 mil from this line, from this direction. Yeah, I think I've done a good job here. Let's trim. Remove those. Let's trim on this side. Or what I could have done, if I could have done one side and then mirror. Maybe look at that. But seeing that I'm already advancing well, I'm not going to slow down. Incorporate that technique now. Yeah. 25 each side, because we all set these at 600 center to center. There. I'm going to remove the middle line because we no longer need the middle line now that we have the full thickness of the rafter, which is 50 by 100. You're not going to see the 100 thickness here, but you're going to see the 50 mil thickness. Now, what I can do instead of me doing this again, I'm going to mirror, but I'm not going to mirror exactly yet. I am going to insert these rafters, and then I would mirror. Make this 25. I think I made a mistake. First mistake. Rafters are in next to the fascia, and you got it. Now, what I'm going to do here is I am going to mirror. Before I do that, um, 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 I'm just cleaning up one side so that when I mirror, everything would be clean when it's reflected on the other half. Makes drawing easier and a lot neater. Now I am ready to reflect. Hmm. So subject no details also should be reflected at the same time too. Let's still come back and do them. Erase source object node. This is the one part that needs trimming. We need trim on this side. Let's trim here. That makes it all neat. Now, one, two. This could be a tedious process if you're not interested in making the drawing look neat and representable. You can find it extremely. But once it's done well, there's a lot of reward. Right. So I got in my rafters, I have in my ring beam, I have in my overhang, I have in my gutter, and I have in my metal sheeting. I am going to put these at 150. I think that looks finer. Great. Perfect. Now, time to label. Time to label. Let's grab the annotation, size 2, and let's start. So what we're going to start with right here, we're going to start with the beam and project my, what you call it, my margin line, which I'm going to start with the beam up there. Lay that down there. Let's start the beam here. Beam. This is called ring beam. And for those of you who like typing in common letters, I got something for you to show you the next note that I insert. You can actually type with your common letters and just press one button and everything turns to capital state. I thought that was fairly interesting and I'll share it with you shortly. So that's my ring beam in. Let me see my overhang. Let me identify the overhang. Overhang. EAB. E. Roof metal sheeting. Roof metal sheeting. Overhang. Ring beam. Then there's the gutter. WTR. Is rafter 50 by 100 mil. So that's it. And let's start showing some dimensions. Dimensions, 1, 2, 2, 3. Mhm. Dimensions, dot, continuous rafters. Okay. A long cutter, all right. Overhang, yeah, okay. I think I got everything. Printed suitable title. Show distance between the routers. Show to be able to join and give each size of each roof member. All right. Uh, 600 stating. Join title box here. Now, that's the first question done, and I think it's done well. Let's check the time. That's 19 minutes. That's 20 minutes, one question. Let's start and let's continue. Sorry, let's continue and move on to the second question. What the second question asks of us now. Figure 4 shows the outline of a wall section. Let me just maximize it. Figure 4 shows the outline of a wall section for a house. Make a neat, well-proportioned sketch of the sectional detail highlighted at A. Add any missing elements and include hatching to differentiate between the materials represented. Label the drawing to identify reinforced concrete strip footing, 100 mil thick reinforced concrete slab, 200 mil 200 mil hardcore, 300 mil square ceramic tiles, and a foundation wall. So let's get straight to this. This drawing right here, then bring it in. So the first thing is I'm going to create my 150 thick wall. That would be where I want to start my ground. Sorry, my finished floor. So I'm going to work backwards. So this is the finished floor here. So I can trim it up to there. And I know my finished floor is 100 mil thick. So that's the 100 mil thick slab. I'm going to give myself some sunscreen 40, and I'm going to give myself a distance of 200, 200 for the hardcore. Is it 200? Let's check here. 200 for the hardcore. Yeah. And 100 for the earth. I'll call that here. I'm just coming to some random point, and I think that this is where my footing should be. 200, oh, sorry, 200 to that, 200 to that, 200 down. Create a box out of this. So, because they want our foundation wall to be 200, right? Everything up to here is 200, and then up to here is 150. That's right. You know what? I think that I can do this. Yep. That makes things here neater because they're more central. Now, let us now start detailing what is going to happen inside here. I don't need all this, so I can start showing that. That's the edge of where everything needs to start. And then I can also do the same thing here. I don't need all that. All right, cool. So what's the first thing? The first thing is I can start labeling, and I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go for annotation size 1 down here, and I'm just going to start labeling from a margin. I think that's what's this? This is the concrete strip footing. Footing. Footing base. Call it concrete footing base. Should I give the size? Yes, I should. What did I use to create this? 200 by 600. And then boom, advance upward. This is now the foundation wall. Foundation wall. 200 minutes. Block wall. 150 mil. All right, so those are my walls there. And how is this going to go? This is reinforced concrete style, reinforced block. Damp proof membrane on sand sleeve for the yeah, that goes in there. And what I like is that this note can be copied from this lazy setup. That would be hardcore. Then that there is hardcore 200 mil. And then this is earth. You know, force, and force, three. Diameter 300 millimeters. 300 millimeters. And then I think this is done. I just need to hatch this now. So go ahead and bring in the flat work, on three, and then bring in the curve, bring in the four, three, then I'll put in bring. Oh, no, and then if I do center, that's where my down put membrane is going to go. So let's start with that. Move that there. Work, zinc, concrete, and concrete is here. Concrete is in. No, this is the sound screen. Somewhere over here, I'm going to cut the ground line. Then I'm going to offset this down 100. Then match drop that. Yeah. Okay. Then I can give this. That. It. Put all of these text into the text there. And I think I should be finished. Nope. I need to make a label for this and show a few dimensions. just gonna go here. We can grab that. And then scale this down. So go here. And we call that foundation. Not the scale. Right. That's my exam done. Oh, dimensions and notes. So let's put some dimensions there, seeing that the all right. So I've got in some dimensions. Trying to put 2 dimensions here. Good. So this brings us to the end of this building drawing examination. I created a roof plan and I showed half of the roof framing members, and then the other half of the plan I showed the roof sheeting. I also created a foundation detail where I showed the ceramic tiles, showed the reinforced concrete slab damp proof on the sand screed, the hardcore, the earth, the concrete footing, the foundation wall, and the block walls. All right. Last thing I'm going to do is just place in my ceramic tiles, which I didn't put in, but I called them up. So this will be my ceramic tile. I'm going to place that into the structure. Yeah. I'm just going to grab this, just like that, and snap that up there. So that is attached to the ceramic tile. And then this brings us to the end. Probably give or take, it might come in at half hour. That's the whole exam done there. I hope everyone was able to learn something and you were able to see the strategy how I draw when I'm trying to draw quickly. And this will make you a better student. It's one thing to know things. The next thing is to do them quickly under exam conditions. All right. I think this brings us to the end of this presentation. It was a short presentation. This was a CXC question. I hope everyone was able to learn something. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I am out.